Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how I was able to catch a 100-point move using the 930 strategy, and not just the exact trade but also my pre-market analysis. And I did a quick video before the market opened sharing my pre-market analysis with a couple of friends. So I showed them exactly what I'm looking for today and what are the criterias for me to start looking for shorts, or the criteria to look for longs for that particular session, for the New York session. All right, and I'm gonna play the video right now. So we are in a tricky place. We might see a move to this imbalance and balance everything, or we can have another push to the downside first, right? And then maybe tomorrow we're gonna continue and we're gonna reverse and balance this, right? But I don't see any critical levels on the daily. On the 4-hour it's way better. If you go to 4-hour, you can see that we have this big imbalance. We won't let this open. We have to go and balance everything, but we also have these lows right here that I would say that we can definitely have the chance to go and take them all and then maybe reverses. So this is why we are at a tricky level. All right, so we can either today trade to the upside and balance this, or we can trade lower and take the lows here. This scenario is around 100 point. This one is around 150 points. So I'm not sure that we're gonna do, I'm 100% sure that we're not gonna do these two today. All right, so it's gonna be either this one or this one today. And I'm waiting for the 930 to tell me which scenario is likely to happen, and then I'm gonna take either longs or shorts. Now, as for now, on the 1-hour, it looks like the market structure is bearish and it supports this scenario right here, but again, we need to wait for the 930. The open is gonna be decisive. All right, but if we start moving up, I'm gonna look for longs until we reach this level right here, the imbalance, and that's a target. When we reach that, it's likely to, I'm gonna stop. And same goes for this move right here. That's gonna be the target. All right, so as you saw on that video, this was my idea before the 930. We were at this particular candle on the 4-hour right here. Now here we have two choices, and both of them are very probable. All right, when we were here, we didn't have that price is likely to go to the downside or price is likely to go to the upside. No, for me it was 50-50. First of all, we have left a lot of imbalances, and eventually we will have to trade and balance everything here. We can't just leave this enormous imbalance open. So a move to here today was very logical. All right, we see it all the time, and we even saw that today. So you see this move to the downside, this candle, and then price traded to the upside. In lower time frames, it was like this: a quick move to the downside, leaving a lot of imbalances, and then price slowly trading to fill everything. We can't see it here on this time frame. We're gonna see it later on. All right, now that was the first scenario, trading to the upside and to fill that imbalance. The second scenario is we're gonna trade to the downside, take these lows, especially this one and this imbalance right here. All right, and the market structure before 930, it was supporting the idea to go to here, but again, the 930 can change everything, and this is why I said we need to wait for the 930 to confirm that. So a good practice to do a higher time frame analysis and to set the buys for that day is you do analysis before the 930 and let the 930 either confirm that or negate your analysis or your expectations. This is a good way to be aware of markets, the context, and you don't get lost in that particular session shorting and longing out of nowhere. All right, this is a good way to approach the session. All right, so what happened? We need to go to the 1 hour. As I said, here it was before the 9:30, everything was suggesting bearish, but still we need to wait for the 9:30. All right, and this was what I was talking about. You can see this move left ton of imbalances, this enormous imbalance, and what happened? We start trading to the upside, and price offered a lot of opportunities to long from here into this imbalance. So this is why I said a move from here to this imbalance right here is extremely logical, and it's not something out of nowhere. All right, if price start trading to the upside after 9:30, I would definitely go for longs. All right, this pattern happens all the time. Everybody has its own explanation of it. Just be aware of it and understand that it repeats a lot. All right, now what made the second scenario, which is trading to those lows, the most probable scenario after 9:30? For that we need to go to the lower time frames, and let's go to, we need to go all the way to, let's go to the 15 minutes. All right, so what happened? We have some sweeps prior to 9:30. all right, and this is an hourly sweep. Price is failing to close above that high. Multiple sweeps. All right, we broke structure. Price start trading to the upside. Again, multiple sweeps right here. So a lot of weakness around this area. Let's go to the 1 minute right now and observe what happened to the 9:30. Now, if you remember the 9:30 strategy, I made a lot of videos about it, which is basically around the 9:30, that window, 20 minute, I would say 9:20 to 9:40. If you're bullish, all right, that's your buys for the day. You want to see at that window some kind of a sweep, and then price violating the previous high or something. So you want to see a sweep in the opposite direction, people getting stopped out. All right, manipulation. If you're looking for longs, you want to see a sweep below lows. If you're looking for shorts, you want to see a manipulation above highs. And what we have right here, quick move to the upside. All right, the price was just consolidating right here, and then a quick move to the upside. All right, so this shows, first of all, here we have a breakout. But how do you confirm a breakout? You want to see price after that breakout actually showing strength, that it wants to go to the upside. You don't want to see price creates this big candle out of nowhere above this high, and then the next two candles, it will just negate this whole move. This is a clear sign of manipulation. All right, so when I saw this candle, this big candle, it got confirmed that we are going to those lows right here. All right, and if you want to be even safer, we can have this scenario. All right, price trades to here, this is 9:30, sweeps this low, and then trade to the upside. This is also a logical scenario. All right, so this could be the manipulation move, not this. It would be or this one right here. It would be this one, and then trade on the upside. It can happen, yeah, but I want you to notice this. And let's go to the 5 minute to see it. What I said on this sweep right here that happened at 9:28, when we have the break of that high right here, we want to see if it's a real breakout. We want to see price keep going in that direction and printing candles above that high. All right, up close candles. But we saw the opposite. Price created or printed that up close candle, and the next candle traded to the downside and cleared that whole big candle. All right, so what happens here? do we have the same thing here, right? Just look at this pattern. Price traded to here. Okay, so for now we don't know if this is a sweep or this is a continuation or a real breakout. How do we know that? I want you to notice this candle right here. All right, the following candle at 9:35. So when we put in the low here, what happens is we traded to here. So from here to here, this was a quick move, and here it can be a manipulation, this, and we're going to trade to the upside. But look what happened. Look how that the next candle closed. We have a move to the upside, so we have a reaction, but the momentum to the downside was too strong, and look how this candle closed. Bearish up close candle below the low right here. This is not a sign that we're gonna reverse from here and trade to the upside, unlike here. All right, so noticing how the candles are closing and reacting, and extremely important to know, differentiate between a sweep, all right, and a real breakout, so you don't get caught. We can see this wick to wick on the 1 minute clearly, and that will lead us also to the trades. All right, so here you go. Look what happened. This was the reaction. We traded here, all right, and we have a big reaction to the upside. All right, you see this candle, but look what happened. We traded to the upside and we bumped into this imbalance. Same thing, we left a huge imbalance. We tend to go and balance it. When we have big imbalance like this with a quick move, we tend to go to here. So if we traded to here and closed above this, this would be the perfect opportunity to long. All right, it would be a really high probability trade idea to long into those big imbalances above. But look what happened. Look what happened instead. Quickly rejecting from this imbalance, quickly rejecting from this imbalance, and closing below this low here. So this is a clear sign that we're going to the downside. So here's the trade that I took, closing, all right, making new low, start trading to the upside. Same thing, just like it happened here, it happened here into this imbalance, traded to it. I want you to notice this candle and this candle and compare it with this candle and this candle, identical. All right, topping into that imbalance and the immediate rejection. I also teach this entry pattern, and I entered from here with a sell stop loss here. So here you go. This is the 1 minute, and this was one contract. All right, and people think that just because you're a scalper, you need to take 10 trades per day, and that's one way to do it. The other way to do it, and this can be really rewarding, the other way is you're a scalper, your model is going to print out probably 10 times a day. All right, so what you can do is you can choose that really high probability setup. All right, if your model prints out 10 setups per day, right, in lower time frames like the 15-second, not all of them is going to be high probable. Some of them are really going to scream at you like it's really obvious, and if you can only take only one of those or two of those a day, right, you're gonna have a really high win rate. All right, anyway, this is the 1 minute, and I want to close from here, but I set the wrong limit order. This was a sell limit instead of a buy limit, and this is the 15-second view. You can see the sweep right here, and then quick move, right, and then followed by another aggressive move to the downside, and this is classic liquidity sweep. For example, if we had something like I don't know, price just trade to upside quickly, and then here at the rejection we have small candles and price just chopping around going lower. That's not what you want to see. You want to see a quick move like this. All right, and here's the exit here. All right, so this was today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you took something from it. I didn't trade Monday because there was absolutely nothing to trade on Monday. You can see here there was nothing on Monday. But if you saved your bullets for Tuesday and Wednesday, you would have took the easiest setups of the week. All right, so learn to be patient and not to force trades just because you're a scalper. Doesn't mean that you have to take trades every single day, especially here. Yes, you can find opportunities here, but would you prefer to trade in this move or in this move or this move, right? You want to make it as easy as it gets, and don't let anybody lie to you. Trading here and here is extremely less stressful than here. All right, again, I hope you like this video. If you have any other questions, you can always DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Now, happy trading and good luck.